When the Galactic Council gathered in their grand chamber of glass and silver, the atmosphere was colder than the void itself. Seated beneath banners representing thousands of civilizations, the delegates waited for Earth's envoy to arrive, though none expected them to. The humans had been absent for months, their channels silent, their colonies dark. Rumors whispered through the star lanes that Earth was preparing something vast and unforgiving. The council's speaker, a tall figure of crystalline composition, tapped the central console to bring order. "We will now address the matter of Earth's refusal to comply with the reparations decree." The voice echoed through the chamber, clear and sharp. A representative from the Valari Alliance stood. "They must be sanctioned. Their defiance threatens the balance of all trade and law in this galaxy." Another from the Keth Dominion hissed, "Humans have always been reckless. Let them be reminded that they exist by our permission." The chamber buzzed with agreement, but then the lights flickered. The massive holographic displays that encircled the hall dimmed, and a dark blue insignia appeared. Earth's flag. Its pattern unmistakable even to those who once mocked its simplicity. A voice followed, calm and human. "This is Earth Command. You took what was ours. You destroyed our outpost. You judged us without trial. You silenced our children in the colonies. We asked for justice. You gave us silence, so now we bring our own." The transmission cut off. Silence reigned in the chamber for the first time in centuries. Far beyond the Council's capital world, in the deep corridors of void space, fleets of human ships emerged from folded dimensions. They bore no colors of alliance, no call signs of peace. They were gray, angular and purposeful, their hulls marked with only one symbol, a single blue circle surrounded by 12 stars. The first strike came without warning. On the world of Theraxis Prime, where Council fleets once blockaded human trade, orbital platforms suddenly went dark. Then the sky turned white as the air ionized, and from beyond the clouds descended shards of light. Kinetic rods launched from orbit, each one carrying the force of a dying sun. The surface trembled, oceans boiled, and the cities that once thrived became glass plains. No transmission followed. No demand was made. Only the silent weight of human retaliation spread from world to world. Reports flooded the Council from across the sectors. Entire patrol fleets vanished. Communication arrays went dead. Cargo convoys found themselves surrounded by human warships that appeared and disappeared like shadows. And when those ships spoke, their message was always the same. "You burned our colonies. We return the flame." Within weeks, every species that had voted for Earth's expulsion began to suffer losses. Not annihilation. Humans did not destroy indiscriminately. Their vengeance was surgical, deliberate, and terrifyingly efficient. On the icy moon of Morthal, a Council fortress designed to withstand planetary bombardment found itself under siege. Human marines descended in silent dropships. They wore mat armor with no insignia, their movements precise and emotionless. Automated defenses crumbled under electromagnetic pulses. When the defenders tried to surrender, the humans left them alive but stranded, cut off from all supply routes, left to contemplate their survival as their systems failed one by one. In every act of retaliation, the humans left behind a message burned into data cores and starport walls. "We remember." Within the Council itself, panic replaced arrogance. The speaker called for emergency unity. "We must appeal to Earth. We must restore dialogue." But there was no response. The Council's envoys sent countless pleas into the void. They begged for talks, for truces, for mercy. The only reply they received came in the form of a broadcast. Footage of the Council's earlier trials, where human representatives were mocked, their appeals dismissed, their leaders expelled from the chamber. The recording ended with the same calm voice. "This was the moment you lost our trust." As the weeks turned to months, the economic structure of the galaxy began to fracture. Human AI systems infiltrated trading networks, rerouting entire supply chains to star systems loyal to Earth or neutral territories. Human engineers had once built much of the Council's data infrastructure, and now that knowledge became their weapon. Entire planetary economies froze overnight, as human algorithms dismantled the galactic grid from within. A coalition of 24 species formed an emergency defense pact to strike at Earth's home system, believing that if they could cripple humanity's core, their retaliation would cease. The coalition assembled one of the largest fleets in galactic history, 1,000 warships strong, carrying weapons forged in the brightest forges and powered by the most advanced reactors known. When they arrived at the Sol system, they expected resistance. What they found instead was terror. The system was fortified unlike anything they had seen. The outer planets shimmered with orbital rings of metallic dust, each fragment a part of an automated defense network. The fleet's sensors detected 1,000,000 signals, each representing a weapon platform, a drone, or a mine. And behind all that stood the human fleet, arrayed in perfect silence between Mars and Earth. Their formation disciplined, their weapons cold and ready. The lead ship of the coalition hailed them. "Human command, we come to negotiate. Stand down your defenses." The reply was short. "You came armed. You came ready to strike. You do not come to negotiate. You come to erase us again." Then, in unison, the human fleet ignited its drives. The battle that followed became the most studied conflict in galactic history. Every maneuver executed with mathematical precision. Every missile, every pulse beam, every ship movement coordinated, as if one consciousness commanded them all. The coalition's vast numbers meant nothing against human strategy. Their ships fell like meteors into the black. Within 6 hours, the invasion fleet was gone, dispersed, crippled, or burning in the silence of space. Afterward, Earth did not pursue. They did not conquer. They simply transmitted a single statement to every world that had joined the Council. "We wanted peace. You wanted dominance. We will not kneel again." The Council chamber, once a place of pride and unity, became a mausoleum of regret. Many species withdrew from the alliance. Trade routes shattered. The speaker, now dimmed and fractured, addressed the remaining members. "We have created something beyond control. Humanity has evolved beyond the Council's reach. They will not return. We are left to face the shadow we made." Meanwhile, on Earth, the world was quiet. The skies above were filled with orbiting cities and shimmering defense platforms, but below, humanity rebuilt. Their people spoke not of vengeance anymore, but of vigilance. They had proven their strength, and with it came a solemn understanding. Power must serve purpose, not pride. Among the rebuilt colonies, statues were raised, not of generals or leaders, but of the nameless who perished when the Council's fleets first struck. They were the reminder of why humanity had burned the heavens in return. Decades passed. The galaxy healed slowly, though the scars remained. Many worlds learned from what had occurred. They spoke of Earth not as an enemy, but as a force of balance, a reminder that arrogance invites retribution. And then, one quiet cycle, a signal appeared in the Council's archives. It was old, buried beneath encryption so deep that only a human-crafted algorithm could have hidden it. When the archivists unlocked it, they found a simple message. It read, "You judged us, you broke us, but we rose. The next time you see our ships, do not fear them. Just remember, when you fall, we will not leave you as you left us. We are humanity. We endure." The Council chamber remained silent long after the message ended. The delegates sat motionless, staring at the flickering projection. They realized, perhaps for the first time, that vengeance had not destroyed humanity. It had refined them. From that day forward, no one dared to threaten Earth again, because they had all seen what humanity was capable of when pushed beyond mercy. They had all seen how vengeance could be colder than any void, sharper than any blade, and yet guided by purpose. And though the fires of Earth's retaliation had long faded from the stars, the echo of that wrath lingered in every world that had once condemned them. The universe learned a lesson it would never forget. When Earth speaks, the galaxy listens. When Earth strikes, the stars burn. And when Earth forgives, only then does peace truly begin.